Okay, hello. This is just a review of some quality issues that I think we should be aware of, and I would like to compare the Rum Drum and the Madame Pele mugs. Here we have Madame Pele, and we're going to look at the Rum Drum. Now, I have a version of the Rum Drum, and I just wanted to talk about some things here. Um, Here is a picture I took today of the rum drum. You can see I'm just pointing to some part of the mug here. As you can see that, you see how we see the ropes. This is my finger, so it's the size, and we see these little. This is kind of like a noisy pattern here. So I want to look at the rum drum here, and you can see as I zoom into this that that noisy pattern that you see here is actually in the digital model. It is extremely subtle, right? You can also see that there's these very thin, I can see my fingertip here, these thin ropes with little striations and cords in them and such. And you could see those individual forms here on the rope. It's a little bit of a paint job, doesn't help. But I just want to let you see like this type of detail here is in this model. Maybe let me put it on something that we could see. Okay, so you see how that subtle noise in here is on the model. It's in the digital model. It's on the model, and I'm just going to look at this other picture here. Here's another. The paint job is a little thin on some places, but you can see like how these forms are pretty identifiable. And here are the forms in the in the model, digital model. I'm trying to find where the right here. Right, this is what we're looking at, and again, you can see some of this subtle. You don't get everything, but you can see some of that texture that's in the model in here. But you see that this is a clearly defined form, right? Um, and look at this one here. Again, we have oops. And I don't expect every single micro detail to be picked up in a form, but you could we could like see this little subtle line here, and you have these little lines here, little subtle line here, little subtle line there. So we are getting we're getting details. You can see here that again this string up here on the top of this drum, you could see you could have little. You could see that you can see these individual little rope strands, right? Like that's there, that detail is there. And again, this subtle background noise, like I didn't even expect that to get picked up, but it did. It did get in the product, right? So my question is this: is like if they can get these types of fine details in the rum drum, what's going on with Madame Pele? Because as you can see, like this is a significant drop in level of detail. Again, these are the same mugs, right? I mean, were they made in the same factory? Are they made by the same team? I'm looking at the bottom here, and you can see here that the logo for Motu Mikey and Dynasty is fairly crisp, right? Again, here you could see it a little even better here. You see, like you can. This is pretty small, but you can see that there's strong, crisp detail in that bottom logo. Look at what's going on with the Madame Pele logo. Do you see the difference here? Do you see how I can even barely read my logo? I can even. This is all soft and. It's like someone washed it away. Uh, there's no, why is this so washed away and this one is super tight and crisp? So, the explanation like, oh, well, this is normal and we can't get, that level of detail. They got it in the rum drum. Here's this logo here. Now, I'm going to go over to the logo of Madame Pele. Here's Madame Pele, right? You can see what I gave them here, right? This isn't, this is what we sent, right? And this is what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so I guess what they're saying is like, oh, well, we have to do this. This is normal. This is like, you don't really understand our process. Well, why are they able to get this one crisp and this one looks like crap? You know, uh, that's my question. You know, were these made by different factories? I'm going to look at, for instance, when we were working on this, they had a big problem with these eyelash. I had to resculpt these because what I had was like more subtle, like these eyelashes here. And they said, oh, well, you have to do this. You have to make these really strong. And so I did. Um, let's look at the mug, right? There is zero detail. There is zero detail of that eyelash. Again, this is just as big as the Motu Mikey rum drum. Okay, there's nothing there. The eyelash. I mean, this is just completely gone. And you know, you could see some of these. Uh, some of this stuff in here is there's no detail there. There's absolutely no. I mean, look at this. This again. This is the level of detail that they were able to get in the rum drum, right? And you can see. Look at these because I used to have a little line in these, and they made me take it out, right? And they made me soften up these forms. But you can see these individual leaves. It's not a big deal, right? You can't see anything in here. This is just one blob. And you can see how it just looks like there's just some black splashes on here. Um, Again, look, there's no way that this is anything recognizable, right, to what I had sent over there. Um, Here again, look at this, and again, it's like the level of detail that the rum drum was able to capture was fine, right? Like we got that detail there on that rum drum. And so the question is, why is this rum drum such a superior? Like it got the very fine details in from the model, and this is just like it. It sucks, I mean, it really does. It's not good. Someone destroyed the detail, wiped it all away, but the rum drum work was is fine. So my question is again, it's like as you look at the detail again. This noise is in the model, right? These little lines here in the model, but like just even the outline of the leaves is completely gone in this. So my question is like, so if what factory produced the Motu Mikey rum drum and what factory produced the Madame Pele? Was it the same factory? Was it a different team? Was it a different factory? Because these two things are completely, one's good and one's bad. And the just say like, oh well, you don't understand, it's not going to be a perfect clone, or you don't understand the process. I understand the process very well, but I've only been doing this for 2 years. They're a factory. They should have a higher level of quality. They should have a higher standard. And so again, why are these two things, one crisp and one unlegible? it is it doesn't add up because I can see that they're capable. They're capable of doing this good one, and this is just unacceptable, really. So that's my thing. That's my rant. And to say that, oh well, you just, this is what you get, this is just what you get. No, it's not, because this is what we got with the rum drum. So you see what I'm saying here? That's the point I want to make. And I'm not crazy, and I'm not like not understanding their process. This is a poor quality mug. This is a good quality mug. End of story. All right. Thank you for listening to my rant.